Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the CHOFETZ CHAIM, just to remind ourselves the last time we were speaking about this concept that a person will sometimes say, "What? I'm speaking about this person's natural shortcomings. What do you want from the guy? It's not his fault. That's the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made him. Okay, he's not such a bright person. He's not such a savvy person. He's not so good in business. What could you do? That is just the way that he is." So the CHOFETZ CHAIM cautions and he says, my dear brother, imagine that it was you that was being spoken about like this. Imagine somebody comes along and says, he's not so bright, that's the way that Hashem made him. He's not so strong, that's the way that Hashem made him. Not so good in business, that's the way that Hashem made him. He doesn't really darshan so well when he's in public, that's the way that Hashem made him. If someone was talking about you like that, it would drive you crazy and you would say, how could a person speak Lashon HaRa about me? And therefore, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, I caution you that before you say anything about anybody else, you must realize that if you're speaking negative, even if it's a natural, innate trait that they possess or do not possess, you are speaking flat out Lashon HaRa about them, and therefore keep your mouth closed in that particular case. Now, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, Echad machmas hamasaper. First of all, it's very bad from the standpoint of the speaker himself. Because whenever Reuven normally speaks badly about Shimon, and he violates a prohibition, whether it's talking about between man and his fellow and Hashem, between man and his fellow man, it's common to find it's true that Reuven often will only tell over the negative information because he's trying to uphold the truth. And this person has sinned, and he's now talking badly about Shimon because he wants to rectify the problems and he wants to show HaKadosh Baruch Hu that I'm defending your honor and your glory. Even though it's true that this doesn't help halachically because you still are considered to be someone speaking Lashon HaRa. You can't justify, I'm allowed to speak Lashon HaRa because I'm doing it for the sake of defending HaKadosh Baruch Hu's honor. If at the end of the day you're still speaking Lashon HaRa, you're speaking Lashon HaRa. Like we said above. Like we said above. Nevertheless, when Reuven is telling over the Lashon HaRa about the actions and the activities of Shimon, his intention is not l'ra, not completely for bad. He's doing it for the sake of trying to defend HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore he's putting this person and his actions down to show a Jew doesn't act like this. So there's a kavanah, there's an intention behind his words that are seemingly positive, even though of course at the end of the day it's going to be Lashon HaRa. Mashen came, but on the other hand, when it comes to Reuven talking about the shortcomings of Shimon, it's clear that Reuven's only intention is to disparage and put Shimon down, which is a very terrible midah, a trait that a person has, just belittling and being condescending and putting somebody else down because of their character traits that they do not possess or they do possess in a bad way. Like the Rabbi writes in Shari Tshuva. Says the CHOFETZ CHAIM that in a regular case, quote unquote, of Lashon HaRa, maybe you could always try to justify yourself. I'm doing it l'man Hashem for the sake of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This man should understand that he did an avera. He should understand what's wrong with him, and other people should stay away. Even there, that's Lashon HaRa, but at least your intention had some value to it. Over here, though, where I just walk in and say, "Oh, this guy is not so smart. Oh, he's not so this, he's not so that. What do you want me to say? I'm just telling you the truth. That's how it is." So it's clear in that case that your intention is merely to farshmutz, to shame this person and disparage him and speak badly about him, and there's no ulterior motive of goodness that you have, and therefore that for sure is flat out Lashon HaRa, and you must be careful. Have a wonderful day.